Welcome to QuEra's 2025 report on quantum readiness. We recently conducted a survey collecting data from various quantum experts, researchers, and decision makers. We are excited to share some key insights with you. We gathered data about how different countries are positioned to adopt quantum computing, how investments will behave, promising quantum modalities, and challenges in adopting quantum computing. Let's take a look at a few specific data points from our survey. We received nearly 800 responses from participants primarily located in North America, Europe, and Asia. This image shows the distribution of these participants. It's also important to note our respondents are primarily academics, followed by quantum computing vendors and users of quantum computing. When our participants were asked whether academic and research institutions should invest more or invest less in quantum computing during 2025, this is how they responded. The vast majority of participants are in favor of increasing investments for the future. Fewer than 5% of respondents want to decrease investments. When asked about government investments and private sector investments, the results were similar. When looking at the continental breakdown of responses regarding academic and research investments, these are the results. We can see there is a divergence between respondents from different continents. Asian participants feel strongly about increasing academic and research investments, with nearly 45% voting for a strong increase in investments. However, North American and European respondents are not as confident. When looking at government investments, and separately, at private investments, there is lower variance between continents. Respondents from different areas feel more similarly about these types of investments. When each participant was asked their opinion about how prepared their organization was to adopt quantum computing if it becomes superior to classical computing within the next 2 to 3 years, these were the results. Over 65% of participants said they are either very prepared or somewhat prepared to adopt quantum. We also examined the continental breakdown for this question. See the report for some interesting findings. We asked participants which quantum computing modality has the most promise for achieving practical applications. The most common response was neutral atoms, receiving 33% of responses, followed by superconducting qubits. Photonic qubits and trapped ions are seen as less promising. When looking at responses to the previous question about quantum modalities, split by continent, these are the results. In North America and Europe, neutral atoms are seen to be the most promising, with about 35% of people voting, followed by superconducting. However, in Asia, superconducting qubits are the most popular, receiving nearly 36% of responses, followed by a tie between neutral atoms and photonics. We explored many additional topics in this survey. We asked questions about intended uses for quantum computing, perceived competitive position of each country, barriers to the adoption of quantum computing, return on investment, and a few other topics. If you would like to see the full survey, visit quera.link/ready or scan the QR code. Also, explore our other videos and find more insights into quantum technology, as well as our groundbreaking neutral atom quantum computers at QuEra.com.